Hey everybody, this is the Guys Who Hang Out podcast. Today we're joined by me, Caleb.
I'm Mike.
I'm Emil.
And I'm Seth Cass.
Alright, switch Seth Caston and Emil around, and then that's the people we have. So today we're going to talk about the new Pokemon games that are going to be coming out in November, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. What we know so far is that they're the successors to Pokemon Sun and Moon. So Emil, you can go ahead. You had some questions about that?
Well, realistically, I just need somebody to explain to me what's going on.
I mean, ultimately, during their Pokemon tournament commercial, there was like 15 to 30 seconds at the very end. That was pretty much just like, we're going back to Alola. Here's two kind of clips of essentially Necrozma either like spliced or somehow or other combined with Lunala and Solgaleo, which is very reminiscent of Kyurem with Reshiram and Zekrom. And then they pretty much just said it's coming out November 17th and didn't say anything else. So people are really kind of freaked out. People thought it was going to be for the Switch, but there was an announcement that was officially made that said it was for the 3DS exclusively.
Yeah, here, let me elaborate too. So people had the prediction of seeing another game like Pokemon Platinum or Pokemon Crystal, and even
I was about to say,
yeah, that it was going to be Pokemon Stars, and that was going to be the kind of third together version. What ended up happening during 5th gen was that they released from Black and White to Black and White 2, and that it was a whole new story, bigger cast of Pokemon to use, things like that. And so
the only other Pokemon that you could use were Black and White Kyurem, right?
No, I meant like instead of just using Unova Pokemon, you could also use Kanto, Hoenn, Sinnoh.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So yeah,
National decks.
Exactly. Now, bigger like regional decks to use.
Gotcha.
Moving on from there, they released this as Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But to elaborate further, that we're kind of going to see a pattern of Pokemon, like they're making like an upgraded version for each one. Because
I hope not.
Yeah, I think
like
that's
that.
going to be the way it is though, because it's a better.
I mean, if it
marketing
keeps selling, it will. But I really hope that they don't continue that. To happen.
Black and White and Black and White 2 were actually huge. They were, I think, pretty popular.
Yeah, no, they were relatively successful, which scares me because I don't like that. But
Black and White and then they released Black and White 2 because they knew like both people buy both versions, so why not we do it again?
I think they kind of found that out because we always had the third Pokemon game, which people had mixed opinions about. Some people seemed to like it. Some people really thought it was just money grabbing. But I think what they realized was people who bought the third release were willing to buy 2 whole more games, and they started capitalizing on that with the Black and White 2 stuff.
Yeah.
I really think that most people just bought both games anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a little different because, I mean, at least in this case, I wasn't really active during Black, White, and Black and White 2. But in terms of Platinum was different in that it gave you access to both regions, but what Black and White 2 kind of did was it was like a whole different legendary for each, or well, I guess not necessarily.
Not really.
But what's supposed, I mean, what people have been heavily rumoring for Ultra Sun and Moon is that there's actually gonna be like new Pokemon released for the Alola region and or like regional variants. So it'll actually be like a semi-new game if that's true, which I really hope it is. Otherwise, they're pretty much just money grubbing.
It's gonna be successful regardless, though.
That's true, but
I
I mean, if they do it and really don't do anything like crazy with it, like if they pretty much just do what Black and White 2 were, I don't know about anybody else, but I'd be pretty disappointed and honestly would be pretty skeptical about
I am skeptical.
I think you kind of have to be
methods.
skeptical in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was more pleased with Black and White 2 than I was with Platinum from Diamond and Pearl, just because it felt new. I felt like I was playing Diamond.
Oh, yeah.
again.
I mean, Platinum, it's the same story.
Slightly altered, but I think that's Black and White 2 is the next step. I would have just preferred it was in one version. It was Stars.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why not just take the extra half a year to make the games really good? I mean, obviously, the answer is financial, but it's pissing me off.
Space 2, I mean, can you fit, like, Black 1 and Black 2 onto a single cartridge? I don't know if you can.
No.
I believe you can.
Probably.
Now you could. The Switch now uses a whole cartridges.
I guess that's true.
I want to add one thing and say that
Yeah, if they can fit freaking Breath of the Wild on a cartridge, there's no doubt in my mind they can fit.
Are those
both
actually the same type of cartridge? Like I know there is.
They're not the same. They're not the same type of cartridge, but I think cartridges are advanced enough that I don't think it's an issue of space. I think it's an issue of how much content they want to release at once.
I think it could be a manufacturing issue though too then, because they probably manufacture all those 3DS cartridges in the exact same
That's
size.
true.
So they'd have to make a whole new cartridge that has extra room, even if it's
What
the
I'm
same
saying
size.
is I'm almost positive that the cartridges that they have right now, I don't think Sun and Moon took up even close to all the space that it has
You don't
available.
think?
I don't think.
There's a lot of potential in space and like in data that you can fit onto that.
I would have to research it a little bit more, but I don't believe that that's an issue.
Okay. Can we talk about the Switch rumor? Like,
I want to actually add one more thing to that about not just it being a financial thing, but also it being like Pokemon being relative. Is that they need to put a game out every year in order to kind of keep this like momentum going too. Like if Pokemon,
I'm pretty sure they still done that before with other generations.
they do it with like Mystery Dungeon and stuff like that.
Yeah,
to me,
but
that's
it's not
that,
the
to
same.
me, that's what the remakes are supposed to serve. Because in that case, the only thing that they have to do is take an old story, tweak it a little bit, and then put it in the new graphics. Honestly,
I know, but
so
at
it
the
should be
same
quick
time,
for them to be able to make
I'd
while
rather
they're working the other ones in the background.
I'd rather see though a more preparation go into the remakes for the Diamond and Pearl remakes that are going to come out for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have it eventually.
Because it's been a whole console, and it's been long enough to see those games. I mean, it's been 10 years, actually.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They came out in April in 2007, Diamond and Pearl.
I enjoyed those games so much. I just recently replayed Platinum.
They're amazing. I think
Platinum
the,
still goes for $45.
yeah,
It's so
Oh, yeah.
good.
I have my copy still, and I love it. It's my favorite Pokemon game, to be honest. I mean, that including Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
I think 4th gen introducing special physical gens, the gen split with the moves was the most important thing they had to do in Pokemon.
There were lots of like big changes. I mean, think of like 2nd gen. They added
Abilities.
Dark and Steel type, and they added abilities and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, they also expanded on the Dragon type move. They fixed Freeze. Freeze was a broken type.
Oh yeah.
move.
Yeah.
You get
That's
frozen,
fucked
you're
up.
done.
I honestly wish they would come out with more types and
They had
like
Fairy.
more type combos.
Oh yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much. Like I don't know if you guys have
Oh,
like seen
yeah.
the list of type combos that they haven't used yet, but I feel like I don't know what their reasoning is behind not using some of them. It adds a lot of variety just to the game in general, and I don't feel like it's that big of a hassle to come up with a competitively viable Pokemon that has that type combo.
And they don't even have to make them competitive.
I mean, yeah, honestly, that's true. All of the Alola Pokemon, there's like 80% of them aren't even like close to competitively viable. So pretty much just useless garbage Pokemon, and they only came out with like 30 of them for this generation, which is stupid. I don't know if they're withholding other ones for Ultra Sun and Moon, but that's kind of a money grubbing type of move if they're like, oh, we're releasing them half generation at a time now.
Well, they
I mean,
could
I
be
think
also running into like some kind of artist block, some kind of conceptual block.
Oh,
where
definitely
Pokemon
not.
are becoming.
Yeah, I don't
many
think so.
ideas.
They have
There's no way.
they have so many people that are like working day and night for all that. I mean, it's got to be that they're cutting like literally everything. I just don't
Yeah.
know the reasoning why. Because honestly, what seems to get through the filter is pretty shit, to be honest.
I almost like animation, to be honest. Like they have to every Pokemon they make, you're gonna have to you have to market for that Pokemon. So you're gonna
That's
have to
true.
make animations for everything in game. Then there's other games that go with it, you know, the side things. You have to make animations, artists for TV shows and manga and card games and all that stuff. They have to draw a whole new Pokemon. So I think adding more Pokemon is more money across the whole board for Niantic, really.
Honestly, I completely agree with that, but I mean, I feel like it's quality over quantity here. Honestly, they could have released 10 Pokemon, and as long as they were good, interesting Pokemon,
Yeah.
I would like them way more than the shitty 30 that they released right now. What's its face? There's like the fucking Donald Trump guy. I mean, I guess that's the Bidoof for this generation, but there's enough examples of just Pokemon I didn't even, whatever that thing is that spits its guts out.
What is that? I don't even know. I don't even remember
That's,
that.
I don't know
you
what
know
you're
exactly
talking
what I'm talking about, Kev. Pyukumuku. That's a garbage gimmick Pokemon. And I could have, my little sister could have drawn that. It has shit stats. It's got a gimmicky ability that's like interesting for a second.
Oh, Mimikyu?
No, Pyukumuku.
Oh my gosh, Mimikyu.
Mimikyu is like I'm fine with it. I don't like the fact it's pretty much just a Pikachu redesign, but its ability is kind of interesting. Its typing is kind of interesting. It's competitively viable. I'm fine with Mimikyu.
Yeah, I think you made some good points there, Michael. Mimikyu is actually a pretty solid design. Alright guys, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for listening to the Guys That Hang Out podcast. Tune in again soon.